The first actually homework is on page 149, I guess, and exercise B, I need you to complete the sentences, putting the verbs in the past simple and past perfect. Number 1, Miss Buthaina.
I didn't recognize Caroline because she had changed a lot.
Very good, very good. Ms. Salsabil, number 2.
My friend told me to tell. No, my friend told me. What?
You have two. By the way, you have two verbs: phone and leave.
Oh, my friend phoned me to tell me that I had left my wallet in his car.
Very good, perfect. Miss Buthaina, number 3.
When I turned on the radio, the news already was finished.
No, be careful.
Okay. I will say the correct one. Turned off. Okay, turned on the radio. The news had already finished.
Very good, very good. The news had already finished. So, Miss Salsabil, number 4.
She didn't send me the DVD because she hadn't watched it yet.
Very good. She didn't lend me the DVD because she hadn't watched it yet. Okay, number 5, Miss Buthaina.
The bar had closed by the time we arrived.
Perfect, perfect. So the closing of the bar happened before our arrival.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Miss Buthaina. Now, number 6, Miss Salsabil.
When we got home, we saw that somebody had broken the kitchen window.
Perfect. Nice. Well done. Number 7, finally, Miss Salsabil. Sorry, Miss Buthaina.
Luckily, it had stopped snowing when we left work.
Okay, perfect. Luckily, it had stopped snowing when we left work. Okay, yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. So as you can see, after when, it's an indication of using the past simple all the time. So this is like a technique to help you. Okay, regarding to our homework, if you remember, I sent you here the reading task, if you can see, and I told you to, it's like, by the way, can anybody summarize, or did anybody actually read the text? Can anybody summarize it?
It talks about the benefits of the Louisiana purchase and also how it began.
Very good, very good. Perfect. And how it began. Anything, Ms. Buthaina, when you read the text, did you actually can you summarize it? Can you tell us some information about the text? If you read it.
Yes, I read it. This happened in when the Jefferson was a president, and he tried to deal with France, with the dictator, as they wrote.
Dictator.
Napoleon Bonaparte, and they tried to deal with him. He refused first, then he accept because he needs money for the war.
Exactly. Very good. So now, I want to ask you a question, Ms. Salsabil. Who was Thomas Jefferson?
He was the United States president in 1801.
Why Louisiana Purchase was made in the first place? Why Thomas Jefferson had to pay $15 million for Louisiana Purchase? What was his purpose?
Because he felt threatened by the French Republic because they had control of the Louisiana territory, and he was threatened because the dictator Napoleon was about dictator
Mhm.
was about to expand his empire.
Empire. Okay, I'm so sorry to interrupt you like this. By the way, your accent is really good, but what makes me feel like your accent needs to be like the R. It always like gets me. So like I'm gonna fix it. But good job, good job. Now, Mr. Sabit, how did you find the text? Was it hard to read?
No, not at all.
Very good, very good. Maybe I will send more difficult text in the future. Okay, Ms. Buthaina, let's go for number one. Let's see if your question was right or wrong. Now, circle the main idea of each paragraph. In paragraph two, what is the main idea?
I chose, or I think it the number B. The United States was threatened by France's control of the Louisiana territory.
Territory, very good. It's actually correct. What about you, Salsabil? Do you think it's the correct answer?
Yes, I chose the same one.
Very good. So if you see the sentence here, do you remember which tense it is? Or is it? Which tense is it? In a grammar, which tense? We took this, by the way.
The passive voice.
Passive voice, exactly. Passive voice. Because the United States was threatened by French, because we have by and was threatened. Very good. Now, thank you very much, Ms. Buthaina and Ms. Salsabil. Now, Ms. Salsabil, number two. Paragraph 3. I need you to circle the main idea of paragraph 3.
Okay. It's A, but I'm not sure.
A, but not sure. A, but not sure. Let's see. Okay. Now, no, actually, it is C. Favorable events and patient diplomacy led to the greatest expansion in United States history. This is the main idea of paragraph 3. Okay, I need you to read it because it's really, I need you to check your pronunciation and accent. Go ahead and read C.
Favorable events and patient diplomacy led to the greatest expansion in the United States history.
Very good. Actually, by the way, many of people who read history and consider the Louisiana Purchase the greatest expansion of all time. Do you know how many states the Louisiana Purchase is or was? Do you know how many?
About 30?
No, not 30, because we don't have like 14 United States, 14 states, 14, including Texas. Can you imagine that? Texas is maybe the second biggest state in actually United States after Alaska. Do you know that Alaska was purchased less than I think $5,000 Alaska from the Canadians? So here the United States had to expand. Okay, so this is very good. Now, paragraph 3, Ms. Buthaina. Now, what is the main idea of paragraph 4?
In number C, the United States.
Letter C, you mean?
Yeah, letter C. Yeah, letter C. The United States gains many benefits from
the Louisiana Purchase.
From the Louisiana Purchase.
Very good, very good. Now, number 4, Miss Salsabil. Ready? Now,
okay.
Circle another title of this story. So after you read the story, can you give it a title or another title?
New states created.
Yes, and but wait just a sec. It's called the Louisiana Purchase, for God's sake. I need something similar. Exactly. What a great buy. Do you understand? So the Louisiana Purchase, which means what a great buy, because actually the whole text revolves. Do you know revolves? The meaning of revolves? What is the meaning of revolves?
Revolutionary people.
Revolutionary people. But yeah, exactly. But I was talking about revolves.
Disobey.
No, what does it mean? Revolves around. In Arabic, I will explain it. يدور عن، يدور حول، أو بمعنى النص يدور حول أو يتكلم عن. Revolves around. Revolve is like a circle. For example, the text is revolving around the idea of Louisiana Purchase. Louisiana Purchase. Okay. And now that's it, I think. But finally, I need from Miss here, Buthaina, did you do number 5?
Yep.
Okay, it's, by the way, both of you need to do it. So I need Miss Buthaina first to begin and read. I want you to read everything. Okay, then tell me what is your answer.
Yeah. Okay. I will read the question.
Read everything, yes, because I need you to be able to practice pronunciation.
Surprisingly, not everyone was happy with the deal the United States with France to purchase Louisiana territory. Boston newspaper reporter complained that the United States already had enough land and did not need to spend so much money on more. How would you convince this reporter that the United States benefited from this purchase? Write the main benefits on this purchase for the United States.
Very good. Go ahead.
Okay, my answer is increase the economic resources, expanded land and resources. Then the U.S. was posed to become a world power.
Very good. Thank you. Wow, Ms. Buthaina, you are really good at social studies. Maybe you are able to teach us someday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you love social studies. Very good. I don't know about Miss Salsabil, but we will see. Thank you very much, Ms. Buthaina. Ms. Salsabil, are you ready?
Yes. I need
very
to
good.
read too as well, right?
Yeah, sure. I need to listen to your pronunciation. Okay.
Surprisingly, not everyone was happy with the deal. The United States.
Wait. Again, by the way, about the P. Just about the P. Try again.
Happy. Okay. With the deal that the United States made with France to purchase the Louisiana territory. One Boston newspaper reporter complained that the United States already had enough land and did not need to spend so much money on more. How would you convince this reporter that the United States benefited from this purchase? Right. The main benefits of this purchase for the United States?
Well, you are improving. That's good. Go ahead and tell me the benefits. Convince me.
Okay, it doubled the size of the United States and greatly strengthened the country materially and strategically.
Strategically.
Yes.
Again, read it. Don't just say yes. Read it. Strategically. Very good.
Made an alliance with the Indians.
You mean the Red Indians? Indians.
Yeah. Greatly increased the economic resources in the United States.
Wow, good job. That's really good. So that's perfect. Do you need similar homeworks like this?
For me, yes.
Very
Yes.
good. What about you? Nice. By the way, I might give you a more complicated text, you know, like I will move like from different topics, political, geographical, historical, even medical, because I need you not only to focus on the book that we have right now. No, I need you to expand your knowledge, okay? Vocabulary, especially vocabulary, and especially how to negotiate or how to have a debate. For example, have you ever had a debate with someone? So for example, I'm going to ask you this question because I'm going to ask Ms. Buthaina. Ms. Buthaina, according to your position, and I think that maybe you have actually had a debate with someone. So the question is, have you ever had a debate with someone? Do you know the meaning of debate, argument?
Yes, yes, I know the meaning. So you have a question and answer, and take and give with talking to each other.
Exactly. So debate on something. Maybe both of you don't agree, but for example, the main purpose is trying to argue or to convince the other party or the other opponent or the other person about your idea. Right? This is the main task or the main job of arguing or debate. So the question is, have you ever debated with someone?
Yes, sure. Yeah, especially here inside our family, we make many things, discussing for many things. But from outside and stranger, it's really to make an argue about my position, actually, because I was assistant. So all the arguation or
argument, not arguation, argument. There is no
argument. Argument be with the homeroom teacher, not for me direct, actually.
Very good, amazing, perfect. So thank you, Ms. Buthaina. What about you, Ms. Cecily? Have you ever had a debate with someone or an argument with someone?
No, I never did.
Why? Is that because of your character?
No, I think it's just pointless, because if they don't believe in your thoughts, then why do the effort?
But it's only like from one side. Maybe like, for example, like your friend, maybe one of your best friends is like wrong. He's doing something wrong or she's doing something wrong. Have you ever experienced that?
Well, yeah, even in my family, but you can't convince someone believing that he's doing the right thing.
So you give up.
It's not easy.
So you give up on people just like that?
Well, not like give up. I tell them that this is wrong, you shouldn't do that, but they never listen, you know. So that's what I do. This is wrong, don't do it, but no more effort.
Okay, actually, yeah, that's smartness, actually. Do you think, Ms. Buthaina, this is smart? To stop the argument from the beginning. I always do that, by the way. Whenever I meet a jabroni, I'm so sorry, jabroni is a term. I invented it. Jabroni means an idiot. I'm so sorry to say that. Jabroni, but I love the pronunciation of it. Jabroni. So it's actually written like this. Jabroni. Okay. So jabroni, actually, or maybe without an I here, actually jabroni is an Italian word. Maybe it means someone who is like an idiot or foolish. And so whenever I meet a jabroni and he has some ideas about something, and I want to have an argument with him, and I know that there is no point. It's pointless because he or she will never be convinced about my ideas. So I stop or I cut the argument. So I have an example of that from my school, because in school, it's a community, right? It's like any place, like your house or maybe your school or the work that you actually have. You meet people, right? So he is not a jabroni, actually. I like him. His name is Mr. Carl, okay? Mr. Carl is American, by the way. And I actually, Mr. Carl, no, jabroni Carl, sorry, no. Okay, Carl, he is an American, okay? and he is a native speaker, and he works in Istanbul. And I asked him, why Istanbul? You have American citizenship. Go somewhere else. Why you chose Turkey? And Mr. Carl is a Muslim, by the way, but strict. Do you know the meaning of strict?
Mhm.
Strict. This is the first time I meet somebody a foreign, okay, who is not an Arab, because I have met many Arabs who are religiously strict. Okay, so but then I was sitting, okay, and suddenly, Mr. Carl started shouting, okay, and accusing everybody in the room. Actually, I was not in the room, actually, gladly, but I heard the story. Are you following me?
Yep.
Okay, Miss Sasabil.
Yes, yes.
Okay, do you want me to continue or stop? Because sometimes you might feel, oh, he's wasting the lesson.
No, no, continue.
Okay, so in this situation, he started pointing at everyone, calling them kafir. You are kafir, you are kafir, you are kafir, and like disbeliever or something like that. And the other teacher said, like, why? He said, because you believe that the earth is round.
Come on.
He's a flat earth believer. I'm so sorry with that. So in this situation, I wanted to try to convince him that the earth isn't flat. So I decided to bring some information, and I was not able to convince him, actually. I was not. He was so like, no, it's flat. I know. This is an example of sometimes you cannot actually, like, maybe you believe the earth is flat. Does anybody here believe? I'm so sorry.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so, but actually he's not a jabroni. He is a cool guy. But this is what he believes. Okay, thank you very much for doing the homework. And I need you to go to page now 94. I think Miss Jihan, where is she? Okay, gossip is good for you. Today we are going to learn a very important lesson, reported speech. Say or tell, and the difference between say or tell. And let's go. Now, first, gossip is a verb and noun at the same time. It's to talk about other people, especially their private life. Now, be honest with me, okay, Miss Buthaina and Miss Sasabil. Do you gossip? Miss Buthaina, let's begin with Miss Buthaina. Okay. Do you gossip?
Okay, I didn't gossip, please. Can you repeat it?
Do you gossip? Do you talk about other people, especially their
No,
private...
I don't like at all. I don't like gossip.
Very
and
good.
I didn't like to gossip and speak with anyone.
Very good, very good. What about you, Mr. Sabi?
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, me too. I'm so sorry. Well, but when sometimes, you know, for example, not make it here, but what kind of people gossip more, A, B, or C, Miss Buthaina?
Actually, all of them are right.
Oh, all of them. But okay,
no,
let's say this. Okay, be honest with me, Miss Buthaina. Do men or women gossip more?
Usually women. But usually nowadays, women. Nowadays women and men are
gossiping. Very good. Well, what about you, Miss Sasabil, number 2? Who do people most often gossip about?
I think their neighbors.
Neighbors, or people at work or school or celebrities.
Neighbors.
Now, very good. Now another question, number 3, Miss Buthaina. Do you have any friends who gossip a lot?
Sometimes, yes.
Who?
who is
I'm so
she?
sorry. Don't mention the name, but mention what she does.
Yes, when we was in
When we were.
school, yeah. Sometimes you this has happened inside the school and in the work area.
Very good. How do you feel when she gossips?
Usually, I didn't repeat or I didn't speak with her, and stopped talking and as you like. I
So
try
to avoid
or to finish the discussion with her.
Very good. Now, number 4. Thank you very much, Ms. Bouthane. Number 4, Ms. Salsabil, how do you feel when people gossip about you?
Well, I don't feel anything because me myself, I gossip about people, but like not bad gossip. Yeah, so it's fair. It's fair.
It's fair. Fair. So when you hear bad things about you, do you feel like do you feel bad, like something bad about your character? Is somebody like say like, oh, Miss Salsabil, actually look the way she talks in English. She always say the R, it's like for example, like I'm gossiping now, but in front of your face. Like for example, like right to your face. What do you feel? Do you feel offended? Do you feel like, oh, I want this teacher to stop? Okay, this is my R. It's not your business. I will say the R the way I like. But how do you feel actually? I want you to be honest.
Well, I don't feel offended, absolutely not, because I know that people sometimes tell you bad stuff about yourself because they want you to improve, and I like that. I want to improve.
Yeah, well, really, yeah. And I want for everyone to improve also, Ms. Bouthane. And by the way, I have something. By the way, this is my character, and it's not specific to anyone, believe me. I don't know why I wish the best for people more than me. Even, Ms. Bouthane and Mr. Sakir and Ms. Jihan. For example, if you speak English better than me, I won't feel offended. No, I will feel happy, actually. I will feel happy. Yeah, you really believe me. I don't know why. I think this is stupid, but well, it's me. Well, okay. Now, thank you very much. Now, usually I will actually talk about gossiping. Actually, look here. Whether it's for ethical reasons or not. Do you know ethical? I explained the meaning of ethical, yes. So whether it's ethical or not, something good to do or not, gossiping is how civilizations grew. Believe me, believe it or not, believe it or not. When you think of it, that I'm not saying that gossiping is necessary, okay? But I'm saying that most of our seats and the way we communicate, okay, we talk about other people. It's natural, I know, if we just, like it's natural for people to talk, that's why, but most of the time they talk about other people, whether, for example, richer people, somebody bought a car, somebody changed his house, somebody bought a t-shirt or a dress from the market, okay, somebody bought coffee and he didn't like it. It's the way life is. Do you understand? Nobody will speak about cosmos or relativity theory or whether
that's true.
It's common. It's common between normal people. I'm talking about normal people. I am normal. You are normal. Everybody is normal. So, for example, when I meet with my best friends, okay, we speak about anime. We speak about movies and books. That's why in school I don't have many people to talk with, by the way, because nobody is interested in anime except students. So yeah, that's why I actually have conversations mostly with students. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for listening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have, only ladies. There is no gentleman here except one. Okay, we will listen to 5.21. Here we have a conversation between Rosemary and Iris. And you need to choose what has happened to Jack and Emma. Listen again and answer the questions. You have 5 questions. Ready? Okay, let's go.
5.21.
Hello, Rosemary. How are you this morning?
Hello, Iris. I'm fine, thanks. But you'll never guess what's happened. Jack and Emma have broken up.
No. Jack and Emma from number 36? That can't be true. I saw them last week and they look really happy.
No, it's definitely true. I heard them shouting. They were having a terrible argument.
No. When?
Last night, after he came home from work.
What did they say?
Well, I wasn't really listening.
No, of course not.
But I couldn't help hearing. She was talking so loudly. And of course, the walls are very thin.
So what did they say?
Well, she said that she was going to stay with her mum. She told him that she wouldn't come back.
Oh, how awful. What about the children?
She said she'd taken them to her sister. I suppose she'll take them with her in the end. And anyway, then 5 minutes later, I saw her leaving the house with a suitcase.
No! Why do you think she's leaving him? Is he seeing another woman?
I don't know. Oh, here's my bus.
I must go and tell Mrs. Jones at number 14. She always thought there was something strange about him. I always thought there was too.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat the audio one more time?
No.
No. Okay. Number 1, Mr. Sabil.
A. Letter
Neighbors. Letter A, neighbors. So Jack and Emma are the woman's neighbors. Okay, very good. Number 2, Miss Buthaina.
Rosemary thinks she heard some having
Them.
them having an argument.
Very good. Number 3, Miss Sabil. And I needed to read. There are
Okay.
too many R's in it.
According to Rosemary, Emma said she was going to stay with her mother.
Very good. Ah, nice. Your R is improving. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, now let's move to number 4 with Miss Buthaina.
She said she had left the children with her sister.
Very good. Finally, number 5, Miss Sabil.
I didn't solve this one. My internet is lagging a lot. I couldn't hear it.
No worries, no worries. What about you, Miss Buthaina?
So Irish is going to tell another neighbor.
Exactly, and that's how BBC News were created.
Yeah.
And I know. I'm so like, for example, like, I'm so sorry. It happens to sometimes if you wanna news to spread quickly, just tell your secret to. I'm so sorry. I'm not like sexist here. Just tell your secret to a woman. And I'm not sexist. I'm so sorry. I'm not saying, of course, even a man might do it. But for example, like let's choose an old lady, okay? She's like 60-year-old. She has nothing to do, right? For example, she is like unemployed. She's sitting on the balcony, and both neighbors, imagine 2 women, old women talking. They talk about the humanity, and you know, like the news might spread quickly. Now, listen to me. I need you to listen again to another audio, and you have no options, so you need to concentrate. How is your internet, Mr. Sabil?
It's cutting.
Is it stable?
Me? It's
Yes.
laggy.
Is your internet stable right now? Can you hear me well?
Your voice is lagging a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I hope when I run the audio or I play the audio, you won't have any problems. So I'm gonna play the audio 5.22. So here you will listen to what Jack and Emma really said last night. And was Rosemary right about everything? Okay, so let's listen to the real story. Okay, oh my God. Okay, it's here already here. 5.22.
5.22.
Hi, Emma. I'm back. Where are you?
I'm upstairs in the bedroom. I'm packing.
Why? Where are you going?
I'm going to stay with my mum.
What happened to her?
She's had an accident. She fell over in the street yesterday and she's broken her leg.
How awful. Poor thing. Shall I go and make you a cup of tea?
That'd be lovely. Thanks, darling.
How long do you think you'll have to stay?
I won't come back until the weekend, I don't think. I'll have to make sure she's okay. I've taken the children to my sister's for the night, and she'll take them to school tomorrow morning. Can you pick them up after school?
Of course I can, darling. Now, don't worry about anything. We'll be absolutely fine. Drink your tea, and I'll go and get your suitcase.
Thanks, darling. The taxi will be here in 5 minutes.
Okay. So she misheard everything. Miss Buthaina, what really happened?
As a disaster. Okay, she was wrong, and they didn't shouting or having any problem. Her mom had an accident and broken her leg.
Exactly. That's why you can't believe history 100%.
Yes.
Really,
Definitely.
really, when you read history, it's deficient. It's not accurately like happened like 100%. So whenever you tell a story, you add some spices to it. Right? So,
yeah.
Mr. Sabil, how was the audio?
It was fine.
Was fine, very good. So I think, what do you think? Did actually Iris heard everything right?
No, not at all. They changed everything.
Exactly. So now I'm gonna actually go to report speech right away. But in this situation, we will not have grammar. We will have reading most of the time. So let's here have reading. Here's a secret. Gossip might be good for you. Okay, so I need from Miss Salsabil to begin reading till group. So you have this part, all these parts for you.
Okay. Here's a secret. Gossip might be good for you. We all enjoy gossiping about people. We know...
okay. I'm so sorry to interrupt you. People. No.
People.
Okay, be patient with me. I'm so sorry with this. People. Yes, very good.
We know, although sometimes we might feel guilty about it afterwards. However, new research shows that gossiping might be good for us. Professor MC Andrew, a professor of psychology, believes that gossiping is in our genes, and we feel pleasure when we share interesting information. MC Andrew, what MC stands for?
It's his name, MC Andrew.
MC Andrew says that gossiping is a social skill, and we need to learn to do it well. According to the professor, gossip can be a positive thing when people use it to build connections with other people in their social group, but it can be a negative thing when somebody gossip about another person only to make themselves feel more important in the group.
Do you know what, Miss Salsabil? Can I be honest with you?
Yes.
Your accent is amazing. Do you agree that, Miss Buthaina?
Yes.
And the way she speaks, and so calming, but it makes me feel upset every time I hear the R and people. You know, like you are one step ahead of being a native speaker. Like, do you understand? Like you are one step if you fix the P and the R.
Inshallah, I'm trying.
Because your accent is amazing. Because if your accent is amazing, that's why I'm telling you this. So if your accent was okay, yeah, it's okay. It's comprehensible. That's okay. That's the point. But the point is that you can be like a native speaker. And by the way, you will get many job offers in the future if you work on your accent.
Inshallah. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Miss Buthaina, by the way, Miss Buthaina, your accent is good. But yeah, your P is good, your R is good. But I need only something from you, is to work on the fluency. Do you know fluency?
Yeah.
To be fluent. And by the way, you are one step ahead of being fluent. So let's move to the next part here. I want Miss Buthaina to read them. You have 2 paragraphs.
Professor McAndrews' research also showed that people were happy to pass on good news, but only if it was about friends. They also enjoyed passing on negative information about other people when it was about somebody they dislike. Another thing that the new study showed was that men and women gossip differently. In general, the men in the study shared gossip with their wives or girlfriends, but not with their male friends. Women, however, gossip with both parents and friends.
Partners.
Sorry, partners.
Very
partners,
good. Very
yeah.
good. Excellent. Excellent. This is very good because we are working on pronunciation, and that's perfect. Now, after you read this, I want to give you time. Do you have the book with you? Because you need to go back and forth, up and down, up and down. Do you have the book with you? Like, can you open a book using another tab or another file? Because page 95, I need you to do true false.
I have only the PDF. Sorry.
Oh, very good. So, but if you can open it on your laptop, not using Zoom, or maybe
I have to download. I have to download it. Maybe next time, inshallah.
Maybe tomorrow. Let's have it as a homework for tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Now, first of all, I think we still have time, but let's have a conversation instead, because as I agreed, we will have different activities. Not, for example, a day for grammar, a day for reading, okay, and a day for conversating and speaking, of course, because of course I want you to speak. I want you just to share me your ideas. Okay, now I need to talk to Miss Buthaina. Miss Buthaina, if you are, imagine you are meeting new people, okay? And what kind of conversations attract you? Like, for example, you are like, maybe you overheard a conversation, like 2 people are talking, and you liked the conversation, and you felt, oh, I need to participate. So what kind of conversations attract you? About what?
Maybe about if there is a true story happened in general and wrote it in the news, or we published in the social media, whatever. Maybe I can participate with this dialogue or with this conversation.
Okay, now imagine you met a person for the first time, a colleague, okay, like at work. What kind of conversations will you participate? Like open, talk about what?
Usually about the name, about the where
after introducing each other, after you know each other now, like what kind of conversations you like to talk about. For example, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you. Whenever I meet with friends, for example, I don't have conversations with many people because my preferences are not like special and unique. No. I'm saying this is me, okay? So for example, I like to pick people who know about video games, who knows about stories or novels and anime, Japanese anime. Like that's when I really go on with the conversation. You understand? So this is an example. So go ahead.
Okay. My favorite hobby is sport. So if they can I speak, I can ask them about their favorite hobby, about the sport. If they like to playing bowling, if they like to playing tennis. If we can, if yes, if the answer yes, we can go outside and doing our favorite hobby outside.
How about this, Ms. Muthaina? Look, by the way, a colleague of mine invited me with her kids, and she I played with the kids because I'm really good with kids. I don't know why. They like me. I don't know why. So, and she invited me to Marmara Park. Okay, so we went to Marmara Park, and I never bowled in my life. I know the Big Lebowski. Maybe Ms. Salsabil knows what I'm talking about. Have you watched Big Lebowski, Ms. Salsabil?
I don't recognize it. Maybe I know it.
Shame. I'm really okay. You are okay. It's okay. Never expect anyone to be a legend not knowing the Big Lebowski. Okay, I'm so sorry, Miss Muthaina and Salsabil. For people who don't know the Big Lebowski is a character where he bowls. He just go bowling. Okay, so I have some information about bowling. I have never actually done bowling before. So she said, will you go with me and play with my kids? I said, sure, let's go. So we went, and I was like scared. Do you know why? Not because she is a woman and she was gonna beat me, but I told myself I don't want to be embarrassed. not knowing how to actually grab the ball and throw it. But surprisingly, I scored. I scored. And she was like, did you play bowling before? I said, no, but I was the Big Lebowski. Okay, so that's okay. Very good. Now let's move to Ms. Salsabil. I want Ms. Salsabil to answer the same question.
When you say like what question? I forgot.
Okay, so for example, now when you actually it's about gossiping and it's about talking with people, communicating with people. Like for example, like if you are in a university or maybe in a workspace, or maybe you want to meet new people in your life, what kind of topics attract you? What kind of topics you like to open with people and talk about?
Well, I don't make the conversation myself. I just ask them questions. What do you like to do? What do you like to do? You like to play video games or questions like that to know more about them? Then I can make a conversation that suits them.
Yeah. By the way, that's good because you mentioned video games. Till now, I met too many people in my life, and whenever I ask, I'm just waiting for a person to tell me that he has played BioShock or she played BioShock. And I'm always, by the way, Ms. Muthaina, I'm always disappointed, as if like nobody played this game. Do you understand? So like, for example, if you love Kobe Bryant, for example, like you are a basketball fan, right? And maybe in your opinion, who is your favorite basketballer of all time?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. So if you met a person who likes Michael Jordan like you, will you actually be able to communicate easily with him or her?
Yes, of course.
Exactly, because you share the same idea about Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the point. This is the point of meeting people. So when you meet people and they share similar things, it's gold, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Now, thank you very much for this. By the way, I enjoyed this lesson. And I don't know about you. So I will actually give you maybe a homework, similar homework, the reading homework, another reading task for tomorrow. So if you have any questions now, you are free. Any questions?
No question.
Mr. Sabil, any questions?
No.
Thank you very much. So hope to see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.